what all of these individual sort of courtesies did is they provided a really clear set of rules for how men and women who didn't know each other could behave around each other. And those, a man who didn't open the door for you was sending a very clear signal that he wasn't interested, because that's a little bit rude. And some men, of course, would open the door always just out of politeness. But it's kind of a separate conversation, but it's sort of the same thing. I was talking with someone else, a friend of mine, about the importance of manners, and saying that the importance of manners is really, really underestimated, because what you can do if you have impeccable manners, right? And that's just how you behave and how you conduct yourself. And this is true, I think, whether you're a man or a woman, right? If you have impeccable manners, that means that you can be a little bit less polite. You're still being really polite, but you're just being a little bit less polite than you normally are. And that sends a very clear signal to someone that you're not happy with them, or you're not interested in them, or whatever it might be. You don't have to behave aggressively to do that. If your baseline level of operating is not especially polite, then you've actually got to be really quite aggressive if you want to kind of send someone a signal that you're not happy with them, right? You can't just be a little bit less polite than you normally are, right? You've set yourself you set yourself a really low floor now if you don't ever sort of engage in the extra effort of those social airs and graces. And it's a similar thing now with the courtship rituals. The courtship rituals gave people things that they could do or not do that set very clear signals of, yes, I'm interested, or no, I'm not, without ever having to directly be rude or socially awkward or aggressive. Now that that's been obliterated, because almost all of those signals have been branded as sexist, now not only do you get tremendous miscommunication, but people have got to be impossibly obvious and direct and uncouth and aggressive just to get their point across. And even then, their partner frequently has no idea what message they're trying to send. So the attack on masculinity and many positive male behaviors has completely corrupted female mate choice and female mate preferences, but it's also been an attack on the male courtship ritual, right? Men now don't have any courtship rules they can follow, because all the rules they used to have been branded sexist and they're not allowed to do that anymore. And so it's just made a social environment that is now very hostile to people pairing up instead of conducive to people pairing up. Which is just one of many, many reasons why I say that feminism is attack on, female reproductive success. Everything that feminism does in any given situation, in any given case study, is take whatever environment that it is in, and it makes that environment more hostile to reproductive success. That's just what it does every single time. That is its only unifying theme.
Yep. To go even deeper on these ideas, you can watch my full episode using the link in the description or the box on the screen.